A multi-day severe weather threat is growing. All types of severe weather are going to be possible today, tomorrow, into Friday. Thursday's looking like the big day for a potential severe weather outbreak, but later today and Friday could be pretty messy as well. We could see damaging winds, tornadoes, including large, violent tornadoes, large hail, and flash flooding. So let's go ahead and get right into that forecast. Hi there, I'm meteorologist Mary Mays. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. I wanted to make sure that you knew what's heading your way because we've got a multi-day severe weather threat. It's likely going to be a pretty big severe weather outbreak. So let's go ahead and get right into it and talk about what's going on. Okay guys, it's already been a busy morning in Texas. They've had some pretty impressive hail in Granbury. I wanted to show you that. This is kind of near the Fort Worth area, kind of the south and west of Fort Worth. But this was some pretty good sized hail with this, and there was just a lot of it, kind of like snow. So it's already been a busy morning, and this is just the start. More storms are on the way. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it's going to look like later on, and also get a look at that severe weather risk. Okay guys, we have an enhanced risk. This is for today, and this has just been upgraded by the Storm Prediction Center. So this is a little new with the new model data coming out, and you have that slight risk from Jackson all the way to just south of Nashville, but now there's an enhanced risk, and this includes Little Rock and Memphis. So really central Arkansas into portions of northwestern Mississippi into southwestern Tennessee. You got to be on alert. So let's go ahead and walk you through what's happening. And we're going to start with what's happening later on this evening. So notice things are, still pretty active here in Texas, but a lot of the action is happening around 6, 7 o'clock tonight in Arkansas. And I think this is going to be your biggest threat for tornadoes. And we've seen some, changes here. We have a 10% risk of a tornado within 25 miles of your location in central Arkansas into that southwestern edge of Tennessee into northwestern Mississippi, but this includes Memphis, Little Rock, pretty close to Greenville, and that hatched area, those little black lines, that means that there's a chance that some of those storms or some of those tornadoes could be violent. So far this morning, it's mainly been a hail and wind threat. There's still going to be a big hail and wind threat, but I think that area right here into, central Arkansas, into southwestern Tennessee, around the Memphis area, including that northwest corner of Mississippi, likely going to have a pretty big tornado threat as well. And you can see that continuing into the nighttime hours. This is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. This is going to be after the sun sets. And it kind of helps a little bit to switch up the view here. So we were at 8, 9 o'clock. You can see that action extending all the way north into Kentucky. But really that big severe storm threat for tornadoes is kind of in this region right here. And this is not even the main event. We've got more on the way, but we've got a lot of instability to work with, warm air. So you see these storms continuing into Thursday morning. Once again, this is not the main event. This is just round one. Round two happens as we start to see our low pressure strengthen, our surface low. So we're going to have a lot going on Thursday. We already have a moderate risk for East Texas, kind of the Arklatex region, including portions of Louisiana and southwest Arkansas. So this includes Shreveport and pretty much includes Dallas. It's kind of right on the line of Dallas. And then you got an enhanced risk from Waco into Little Rock and Greenville, Lufkin. And then you also have a slight risk that extends into West Tennessee. The enhanced risk looks like it's kind of, you're on the line there between enhanced and slight in Memphis. It doesn't matter if you are enhanced or moderate or slight, you need to be aware of severe weather. Now, that enhanced and moderate risk area, you do have the greatest risk of seeing damaging severe thunderstorms. But anyone in any of these risk categories could see a severe storm. It just takes one to really cause a lot of trouble. But here's where things get interesting. So you got a 15% risk stretching from Dallas into southwest Arkansas, including Shreveport there in Louisiana, of tornadoes within 25 miles of your location. And then you have that risk also, that hatched risk, which includes a 10% risk of tornadoes, but the hatched risk means that you could see violent tornadoes, EF2 and above. And that's a big issue. So Shreveport, Waco, this includes Little Rock, it kind of skirts Memphis. You really need to be on alert if you're in the hatched area. And of course, we're looking at a big wind threat and large hail threat. And this large hail threat includes, a little bit more into Texas and Oklahoma. But guys, there's a lot going on. Also, I haven't forgotten about you, Southeast Oklahoma, you're also included in this risk area. So let's get a quick look at how this is going to look. So we're going to start at midnight on Thursday, and you start to see some action in Texas in the early morning hours around kind of central Texas, so around Waco. For that morning commute could be a little difficult. And then you really start to see things popping off, some supercells in the early afternoon in Texas. And supercells are storms that are kind of separated. They're not necessarily in a line. You hear them called kidney shaped or kidney bean shaped. And basically they are more likely to produce large violent tornadoes. Now you can get tornadoes in a line of storms. That's certainly possible. But with these storms, they tend to be a lot more trouble when they're out by themselves and have all the energy in the atmosphere to work with. Then you start to see the line developing in Texas, and as that surface low is deepening, things really get going, and you just have a huge cluster of storms, including in northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, into Arkansas. You're going to see this pushing in to Louisiana, and this is going to be at night, so 9-10 o'clock when a lot of folks are going to sleep, and that's when we're going to see a pretty big tornado threat. And this continues into Friday morning as well. So you see this line just kind of pushing in. You can see that surface low wrapping up, and you can see that heavy snow falling on the back end of the system, which we're not going to go too much into. I just wanted to focus in on this severe weather threat. So 2 rounds. This is round 2 on Thursday, and boy, is this going to be the one that packs the biggest punch. So looking back again at this map, this Arklatex region is the bullseye, and you can see why. Look at that. That's just incredible storm activity and some incredibly high tornado parameters. And this is just kind of indicates your chances of getting a tornado. And this is during that time period in the evening, Thursday into early Friday morning. And you can see these are really high parameters for tornadoes. So large violent tornadoes in that Arklatex region, definitely going to be a possibility. And this kind of features significant tornado parameter. It looks like at a lot of different things. It looks at wind shear, it looks at CAPE, which is convective available potential energy. It kind of combines thermodynamic and dynamic factors to give you an idea of your chances for a tornado. And this is top of the chart. You can see that purple here is kind of about as high as you can get. That purple and that light lavender color that looks almost white. Big chance of tornadoes. And then we're not even done. This continues into Friday. So this is Friday morning at 9 o'clock. And you can see through the afternoon and evening even, this kind of little line of storms is going to be moving through. It doesn't look like much necessarily, but it's going to pack a punch. And once again, looking at that significant tornado parameter, you could see some tornadoes with this. So there's a lot going on with this system, with these storms. There's a whole lot to talk about. Bottom line is you need to be watching out. You need to be prepared, especially if you're kind of in this Arklatex region where we are going to see a pretty big risk of severe thunderstorms. And I mentioned also, this extends up into Tennessee as well. Just a heads up, my folks in, in Nashville, we've got storms on the way tonight as well as into tomorrow. So kind of wanted to show you the Nashville area, the Tennessee area, just because this is where I live. But yeah, we've got thunderstorms really starting tonight into the overnight. So it's going to be pretty loud. And we're under, depending on where you're at in middle Tennessee, we've got a slight risk and we've got a marginal risk. So I think Nashville's marginal risk today still. Let me look. Yeah, so we're still marginal, but we're really close to that slight risk area. And you need to just be alert. Could see some damaging winds, some hail. There's also a tornado threat tonight for us as well. So that was a lot to talk about with these severe thunderstorms. Please make sure you have a way to get alerts to your phone. Turn on that NOAA weather radio. So thanks for tuning into this video. It was a lot to talk about. I'll probably do an updated one for tomorrow as well. Just to see if we end up with a high risk day. I can't rule it out. It's definitely going to be possible kind of looking at these parameters. But right now it is kind of a moderate risk for tomorrow. And then we just added that enhanced risk in for tonight. So Arklatex region, you're getting a lot of the action today, tomorrow, and then it shifts to the southeast Friday and includes a lot of folks. So please stay weather aware, and thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later.